My name is Hadrien Monloup. I am the product design director at Rushfaster. This is the EDC Pro. So we just finished designing the EDC Backpack, which we wanted to be very unique, street fashion, kind of simple in its structure, pocketing and all that. So we were like, we need to bring to the market something for people like us that carries laptop and tablets and all the things that are constantly on the go between work and play, adventures, travel. Like, how can we combine all these worlds together into one bag that can cross over? So we're like, oh, let's try to build a bag that can do all those things, but still have the ethos of Rushfaster. So it's not too utility, it's not too minimalist. It doesn't have function you don't need that weight you down over time. They're very intuitive to use, very adaptable. So the pockets, the way they're designed, they can adapt to multiple use. But regardless on how you use the bag, it's always yours. So how can we do that? Because the needs are much higher. The pocketing will be more complex. There will be dead zone in the bag that we need to utilize and not have just a big sack with nothing in it. So how can we combine all those things into one product? And that's why we designed the EDC Pro Backpack. A lot of people love external pockets on backpack. We've heard that from feedback when we released the EDC Backpack. They was missing that component. And I think that's okay on the EDC Backpack. We want this one to be classic, slightly retro in its own sense. This one had to have these components. How we balance these elements and still stay reasonably minimalistic in our approach and design and feel. There's not too much functionality from a visual point of view, but we have enough function there has led to the form of the EDC Pro very much. When it comes to, for example, the back panel, the mesh and perforated foam was very much to reduce weight and increase breathability. When you have a laptop and heavy weight and you carry this for a long period of time, travel for example, and you have 6 hours at the airport, you want something that breathes a little bit, but also as much reduced weight as possible. So reducing material by perforating the foam is one way to do it. Not using heavy material on top of it dramatically reduce the weight of the bag. The strap here is not coming from the seam. It's stitched on the back of the panel. One of the reasons I've done that is because it creates a better curve from the back body to the shoulder. Like naturally, the panel wants to do this rather than sticking out at 90 degrees from the seam. So it's a lot easier on the shoulders. It fits better, especially when it's a bit high, when there's a lot of weight. The back panel here, that top quick access pocket, that small handle here and the top handle, kind of that detail to me is really refined. Having that little top handle allow me to open the bags better when I'm deal with the main compartment, but also when I need to hook it, when I travel, when you go to the toilet or whatever, you can hook it through that. Or at home, for me, I'll just put it on that hook, which create this handle there, much more curved over time, much more durable. So when I pick that one up, it's really nice. The last one is the interaction between this and when you need extra volume. So I always have this one rolled and put it in the main compartment in the side pocket. I'll always have it with me. It's super lightweight, but it's always there. And then I'll go on adventure, we do shopping, or I've got wet clothes. We've been to the beach and come back and it's a bit wet. I don't want to put it inside the bag. I'll pull it out, I'll attach it to the backpack super quickly, and then suddenly I've got all that capacity to separate, to add volume, a lot of stuff. And I think people that will use the pouch and the backpack will create new ways of using it. Now, I love to hear that. Like when there's common stuff like when people share how they use it, it would be really interesting to see how they use it. So for this one, the lead out for me was quick thinking versus deep work. That was the primary reason that the architecture of the bag is built the way it is. I'm picturing someone going to a cafe, putting a notebook out, writing things, ideas. So that's quick thinking. So it's the connection between your mind, the paper, you go with the flow, you're writing things down, sketching, whatever that is your quick thinking. Then the deep work involves your laptop, your mouse, your keyboard. So when you set up for deep work, it's going to take longer. You're setting yourself for a longer period of time. So deep work lives in the main compartment. So you get a laptop, you've got a tablet, mouse, you can put your keyboard in there, you can hide some extra cable that you might need in that compartment. This zone here is your deep work. That the place you're going to be there for a long period of time. You're going to be involved in the work. The quick thinking part, it lives more into that section. Because it's at the front and at the top, it's quicker access. So that means you can take it out, quick thinking, sketching, ideas, whatever you need to do, and then you pack it a lot faster than when you have to pack up cables, laptop, mouse, all those things. It takes longer. This philosophy of separating your deep work from your quick thinking, it's something that I'm quite sensitive about it. I really like it because I like to celebrate that part of people, great thinkers, people that like to dream, to do side hustle, or like to paint on the weekend, or whatever they're doing. I like to celebrate that in a way that is reflected in the product we're making. And I think that difference between deep work and quick thinking, represented in separating them, is a way to show Rushfaster care more about the customer more than dictating the customer how to be if they want to be in our world.